Thank you so much for watching Landumc Goes There. Please subscribe and hit the like button and the bell notification button. Picnic is a 1955 American romantic comedy drama film that was shot in CinemaScope. It was adapted for the screen by Daniel Teradash from a novel by William Ng from 1953. Joshua Logan directed the original stage production and then went on to direct this film version. The movie stars William Holden, Kim Novak, and Rosalind Russell, with Susan Strasberg and Cliff Robertson in supporting roles. This production was nominated for 6 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, and it won 2 of them. The film takes place during a 24-hour period in a small Kansas town in the mid-20th century. It revolves around the charming Hal Carter, played by William Holden, as he turned to wandering after a failed acting career left him just loose in the wind. He became interested in reuniting with an old high school college friend named Alan Benson. That's played by Cliff Robertson. Hal bums a train ride to a tranquil Kansas town. Alan ends up greeting him warmly, and together they join the community in a picnic celebration of Labor Day. However, his welcome quickly sours when sparks ignite between him and Alan's girlfriend, Madge Owens, played by Kim Novak. Columbia Pictures acquired the rights to the play in September of 1953. Harry Cohen offered the job of directing to Joshua Logan, who had directed the stage version. Logan was pretty grateful for him doing this because he had just had a manic breakdown. He said that Cohen suggested to him that he should cast Kim Novak, but he didn't insist on it. The director felt Novak was very close to the character she played. Janice Rule, who played the part on Broadway, did a screen test, but it went real poorly. One of the writers wanted Carol Baker to do it, and she tested with the director, but he felt like she was just too young. Novak ended up screen testing twice before she got the part. William Holden was already cast when Logan came aboard to direct, and at that time he was 37, too old, according to some, to play that role of Hal Carter. As a matter of fact, he himself felt that way. Regardless, he took the role and was happy to finish his Columbia Pictures contract with such a prestigious project, despite the fact that the film paid him $30,000 instead of $250,000 he would otherwise have earned. The movie was one of Kim Novak's early film roles, and the production really did make her a star. Holden really didn't want to do the dance sequence at all with Kim Novak. He feared that he would just look foolish. He didn't think he was a good dancer. He was hoping to persuade the studio to cut that dance scene completely out, but they didn't, and Holden insisted on being paid $8,000, which was a stuntman premium, for him to do that scene. To his surprise, the studio ponied up the money, and Holden was forced to dance the scene, although he was allowed to do it under the influence of alcohol. And he's pretty much 3 sheets to the wind when he's doing it. There were a lot of extras that were used in the film, and when they were searching for them, the director saw a girl that had a typical Kansas face. The woman was hired for atmosphere, but she later confessed to the director that she was from Brooklyn, that she just happened to be there visiting her grandmother. The need for this massive amount of extras to appear in the picnic celebration sequences that they filmed at Riverside Park in Halstead, Kansas, caused many of the local school children to miss school days in order to stand in line at the small city hall to obtain their Social Security cards, which were required to work as an extra. These local extras were so exhausted after a complete long day of filming this picnic scene that they began to leave before the director was done shooting key scenes. In a panic, he sent Rosalind Russell to talk to the crowd, and somehow she convinced them to stay. She grabbed a microphone and regaled the extras with tales of Hollywood and her life in the film industry. This ruse worked, and the extras remained until Logan was ready to begin filming again. During the dramatic sunset scene with Rosalind Russell and Arthur O'Connell, when Rosemary, the schoolteacher, looked out at the deep red sky and remarked that sometimes the day puts up a fight against the night. What they were really looking at in real life was the leading edge of a very large approaching thunderstorm, and it contained a tornado which hit a nearby town. A few minutes after shooting that scene, the movie company themselves had to take cover. During filming, William Holden suffered a leg gash on a railway signal light, and Kim Novak was stung repeatedly by a swarm of bees underneath her gown. It's also said that Rosalind Russell was bruised from earlobe to toenail during a wild gamble across a suspension bridge. The cast and crew were half consumed by carnivorous bugs, and any time they wanted to make a phone call, they had to use one of the old-timey hand-cranked telephones at the Halstead Baker Hotel. They also started out the filming in Salina, Kansas, where the movie starts. That happened on May 16, 1955. Nighttime crowds watched along the Smoky Hill River near an old mill dam as William Holden whipped a borrowed convertible with Kim Novak in the passenger seat to a stop along the river. Joshua Logan was a perfectionist, and he filmed this scene over and over. Now, Kim Novak does an exceptional job in this film, but for the scene where she has to cry, she struggles with that. She told the director that she's not one that can cry on demand. She then begged the director to pinch her, and pinch her a lot. He did it so much that it made her black and blue. All this was done off screen, but that was the only way she could cry, was if she was hurt. And she does shed real tears during that scene. Go back and watch this classic from the mid-50s. It's a good film. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll continue to chase the classics.